Warnemünde, 6 o'clock in the morning. A giant approaches from Copenhagen. The cruise ship AIDAmar reaches the harbor. After a 10-day journey, the 29,000-ton ship will dock in the port for 12 hours. Time to change beds. 2,700 guests have to say goodbye. A few hours later, the long-awaited vacation for just as many new passengers begins on board. For Head Chef Andreas Rieg, this marks the start of a very important workday. While the guests are boarding, he must ensure that there is enough food for everyone. And on a ship of this size, that is quite the massive task. Truckloads are brought on board. The first priority, quality control of several tons of fruits and vegetables. And you wouldn't believe what can be discovered in the process.
So for example, here we got pineapples with tops. We ordered them without tops, as specified. The goal is to have as little waste on board as possible, and of course, to reduce the workload a bit. Someone has to remove the tops. And then a colleague must ensure that we separate the waste properly. That is very important.
On a cruise ship with mostly German guests, one thing is indispensable: meat. A lot of it. It is delivered frozen and then thaws for a full 4 days for hygienic reasons. Nearly 50 meters above the waterline is the bridge. Captain Manuel Panschek is in command here, handling the docking maneuver in the tight Warnemünde harbor, and he's quite satisfied.
Sometimes the hardest part of a maneuver is waiting, because a maneuver simply takes time. Warnemünde is, of course, a very busy port. Much of the traffic comes from Rostock, consisting of ferries to and from Scandinavia. We have to be careful to coordinate well with the ferry traffic.
But even though the ship is now resting in the harbor, relaxation is not on the agenda.
This is truly our home port, where we receive a lot of support from the land side as well. For example, service technicians come on board to overhaul equipment. Consequently, there's always a lot happening in Warnemünde.
There is a lot happening outside at the terminal check-in as well. For the new guests, there are security checks just like at the airport. Right next door, the AIDA is anchored in a different way. To ensure the dirty diesel generators can be turned off while in port, the ship is connected to the massive power grid. This is a small but important step towards environmental protection, even if the term seems a bit ironic when looking at this colossal ship. Captain Panschek burns a substantial 140 tons of ship diesel per day. Nevertheless, the guests are happy to come. This means the kitchen crew must now give their all, as lunchtime is fast approaching. Andreas Rieg comes from a Michelin-starred kitchen, so tasting is absolutely a job for the head chef. Test passed, but the relief is short-lived because now it's time for... Now, absolute teamwork is required in the kitchen. The dishes must reach the buffet on time. Nothing can be allowed to go cold. With such large quantities, it's no easy task. The restaurants span multiple floors, making it a logistical challenge for the international team.
I currently have 5 different nationalities on board. In all the years I've been sailing, I've never had significant issues with the various nationalities. And I believe the world could learn a thing or two from this.
And then, at last, it's time to dine. Some prefer to eat below deck, but the beautiful Baltic sea weather also invites guests to enjoy their meal in the sun.
Culinary experiences definitely hold a high value for us. And we appreciate having the opportunity to try different things in various restaurants here.
Food is very important, and we were pleasantly surprised. Everything is very well seasoned. Considering it's our first time here and everything is still new, we are very impressed. Satisfied guests, satisfied head chef.
Being a chef is my dream job, definitely. It's what I've always wanted to do. Given my background, I've always wanted to go to sea. For several years now, I managed to combine both aspects. I'd like to continue doing this for a while. Yes, very much so.
The storage rooms are filled. The guests are taken care of, and the captain can now give the command to set sail. The 250-meter-long AIDAmar heads towards Scandinavia in the evening sun, and in 10 days, it will return to Warnemünde to change beds and restock provisions.